First question. Now I'm going to discuss Friday's homework. Find two irrational numbers between 2 and 2.5. So as I said, between any two rational numbers, infinitely there are many rational numbers will be there. So answers will vary for each and every student. Am I clear, children? Find two irrational numbers between 2 and 2.5. I can write 2 in the form of 2.0. Am I clear? Between 2.0 and 2.5, you'll be getting 2.1, 2.2, 2.3, 2.4. These are the decimal numbers we'll be getting from between 2.0 and 2.5. But they are asking to write irrational numbers. So irrational numbers means what? It is non-terminating, non-recurring decimal expansion. Am I clear? So don't take 2.0. You can take 2.12, or 2.3 between 2.0 to 2.5. You can write any irrational number. Answers will vary for each and every child. Am I clear, children? Observe here, I'm taking a 2.1 and 2.3. So these things are just expanded. So number is non-terminating and non-recurring. That is called irrational number. So between 2.0 and 2.5, I told you people to write any irrational number. So just these two should be there. These two says this between 2.0 and 2.5. Then any number you can write 2.10, 1100, 111000. Like that you can mention. Am I clear? Am I clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Second one, find any two irrational number between 0.10 and 0.12. I gave 0.1. So you can make in the like decimal by writing 0.10 and 0.12. Between 0.10 and 0.12, you are getting 0.11. Am I clear? 0.10 and 0.12, you are between 0.11 you are getting. Between that any two irrational number. Am I clear here, children? 10, 11 and 12. Between only one you are getting. In this, by using this, we have to write two irrational number. So I can take 0.113, 111, 111, something like that. Then 1122, 1155, 1166 also I can take. Am I clear with these answers, children? Answers will vary for these type of irrational number writing. Am I clear to everyone these two homeworks?
One doubt, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, may know who's having doubt?
Ma'am,
What's the doubt, children?
Ma'am, we can write the answer for the second question as 0.109 also.
109.
It's
Yeah, you can write 109. Then
10.
it should be continued because it is non-terminating, non-recurring. May know what you have. What is the answer you have done here?
Yes, ma'am. 10999.
0.109, 100, 110099.
Yes, ma'am.
May know what answer you have done here?
Ma'am, 0.109854.
Pardon me?
0.109854. ...
Okay, that is also correct. 0.109854, etc. Right?
Yes,
That
ma'am.
is also right. Next, express the following recurring decimal into P by Q form. So last class I've explained how to write these decimal expansion in the form of P by Q. Cross-checking method also explained. Here, both the decimal expansions are bar is a repeating decimal expansion. So I wrote 99. Answer 16 by 99.
Yes.
First answer 16 by 99.
Yes.
Second answer, even second answer. So all three numbers are repeating the decimal expansion. So 999. Denominator is 999. 234. If I simplify this, I'm getting 26 by 333. I just cancel this by 9. See, numerator, I just applied divisibility condition. 2 plus 3, 5. 5 plus 4, 9. Means this. Pardon me?
26 by 111.
Second answer is 234 by 999.
Ma'am,
333.
20. I got 26 by 111.
26
Same,
by
ma'am.
111.
Yes, ma'am.
No, 26 by 999 only you'll be getting. Something you must have done wrong.
No, ma'am.
Check it here.
70.
Ma'am, 999 divided by 9 is 111.
Sorry. Yeah, this I cancelled by 9 table. No, yes. 26 by 1111. Yes, correct. I cancelled this entire number by 9 table 111. 26 by 111. Third answer. Third answer. 9,900 in the denominator. Numerator 1254 minus 12. That is 1242 by 900. That further if you simplify, you'll be getting 138 by 1100 or 69 by 550. Am I clear, children? Third answer. Third answer is 69 by 550 or 1242 by 9900. Anyone
Yes,
have
ma'am.
doubt in this? Yes, all of you got the same answer? Any doubt in this children homework sum?
No, ma'am.
Ma'am, can you explain 3C, ma'am? The last one.
3C, just listen. You take x is equal to 0.1254 bar. Here, 1 and 2 is not in a repeating block. Am I clear?
Ma'am.
Multiply both the side. 100x is equal to 12.54 bar. Am I clear?
Ma'am.
Am I clear? Call this as 2. I just multiply 100 to the number. Again, with this number repeating block I want. I'll multiply 10,000. X is equals to 1254.54 bar. Equation 3. Am I clear?
Yes,
The
ma'am.
given number called as x. The number which is not repeating, first take towards left. So, 2 digits are there. I'll multiply 100. So, 100x is equals to this. If I multiply 100, point to shift towards your right hand side. 12.54. Am I clear? Now I need to take even repeating block also. So 2 digits are repeating. So 1, 2, 3, 4 digits are there. So with the 4 zeros means 10,000. I'm multiplying to equation 1. That has become 1254.54. Now I'm subtracting equation 3 and 2. So that becomes 10,000x is equals to 1254.54 bar and 100x is equals to 12.54 bar. So here both the bar has become 0, 1, 2, 4, 2. This become 9,900. Am I clear, children?
Yes,
X.
ma'am.
Ma'am.
So
Thank
x
you.
is equals to 1242 by 9,900. Then simplification. When you simplify, you'll be getting 69 by 550. Am I clear to everyone? Anyone have doubt in this
Yes,
homework,
ma'am.
sir?
Oh, ma'am.
Okay. Now, just we'll recall what we have learnt in our previous class. Then I'll continue my class with a new concept. Am I clear, children? So last class, we have learnt exercise 1.3 from fourth sum, writing 0.99 in the form of P by Q and surprising answer you'll get in this, that checking, and irrational between any two numbers, writing irrational number. And one more thing we learned, if it is 1 by 17, if I divide, so we know that it is not a terminating, right? It is not terminating, but it is a recurring. So denominator 17 is there, means always a recurring digit. Recurring digit will be less than this denominator. This particular concept we learned. And one more thing, so when the number is terminating or non-terminating, it is completely based on the denominator, what is present. That also we have learned in a previous class. In denominator, if 5, 2, or the power of 2, power of 5, or the product of prime factor 2 and 5 comes, then we can say the given fractions are terminating. Other than 2 and 5, prime factor if we get, that is non-terminating. Am I clear, children? This is the concept we have learned by taking our few examples. Then we have learned how to write irrational numbers between any two numbers. So they are asking us to write any three examples. So whenever they ask irrational number, 5 is the best example to write irrational. So that you can remember, children. And there are also we learned writing irrational number between any two rational numbers. And classification of rational and irrational we have learned. These are the concepts we have learned in our previous class. So I hope you all have copied these sums in your notebook.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
So I
ma'am.
hope you all have done this homework also.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Today I'm going to teach something new concept with the same concept, real number. So children, real number means, as you have learned, it is a collection of rational and irrational number. So also in the previous class, that is Thursday, I explained how to write irrational numbers on number line. Already I explained how to locate root 2, root 5, root 3, these numbers on number line. Today I'm going to explain successive magnification. For example, if I take 3.576, so this is a decimal number and decimal expansion is after point 3 digits are there. So today I'm going to explain how to represent these decimal expansion on the number line. Am I clear, children? So this also real number. Real number is a collection of rational and irrational number. So this I can write in the form of P by Q. This is a rational number because number is it is terminating, so it is a rational number. So I am going to show how to represent these decimal number on the number line. Am I clear, children? Are you all ready? Understand what I'm teaching. After understanding, you practice at home by seeing this answer. So today I'm going to explain more about representing real numbers on the number line. So last class, one type of number line already I've explained. So today I'm going to explain a decimal number. Visualize successive magnification. If you keep the
Just a minute.
pardon me. So today I'm going to explain how to represent these decimal expansion on the number line by using successive magnification. Children, in your previous classes, means grade 7th you have learned integers, right? 6th standard it is introduction. 7th standard in detail you have learned integer chapter. In that number line also you have learned. So here first you concentrate on before decimal. Listen carefully. If you get any doubt in any place, please raise your hand. First you concentrate before point. So decimal number means this is a decimal number. This is the whole number part or integral part, and this is called the integral part. Before point is the integral part. After point is a decimal part, and this is a decimal point. Am I clear, children? First, I'll think about before the point. Before point is an integral part. So integral part, I'll just check in the number line. So this is your integer number line. 0 is in the middle. The right hand side of your side is nothing but as positive integer. Left hand side of 0 is nothing but as negative integer. But here 3 is positive number. So here where 3 presents? Right hand side of 0. 3 is here. Am I clear, children? Am I audible to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Before point is the integral part. First integer number I'll take. I just got number 3 here. But here they gave 3. Then now I'm shifting towards 1 point. 3.7 they gave. 3.7 means it is more than 3, less than 4. Am I clear here? That 3.7 lies between 3 and 4. Am I clear, children? Next step, I'll take this 3 and 4. 3 I can write in the form of 3.0. 4 I can write in the form of 4.0. So between 3.0 and 4.0, there are 10 numbers you'll get. That is 3.0, 3.1, 3.2, 3.3, 3.4, 3.5, 3.6, 3.7, 3.8, 3.9 and 4.0. The number 3.7 I got it here. Am I clear? Am I clear?
Yes, ma'am.
But one more digital extent. I want 3.76. So this 3.76 lies between 3.7 and 3.8.
Ma'am.
Now I'll take these two numbers. I'll take this as 3.7. I can write as 3.70.
Ma'am.
3.8 I can write 3.80. Between these two, I'm getting 9 decimal number. 3.70, 3.71, 3.72, 3.73, 3.74, 3.75, 3.76, 77, 78, 79, 80. These two only I'm writing in the form of like this. So I got 3.76 here. Am I clear? But I want 3.765. That will be lie between 3.76 and 3.77. So now I'm taking these two. Am I clear? Any doubt?
Yes, ma'am. No.
So now I'll take 3.760 here, 3.77 as 3.770. Am I clear? Between that 3.760, 3.761. Here because of space problem, I write it down. 3.762, 763, 764, 765, 766, 767, 768, 769, 770. So what they ask us to mention number line? 3.765. Are we getting 3.765 here? Once we restart decimal number, that is your final answer. Am I clear with your point?
Yes, ma'am.
Anyone have doubt in this one? See, first we have taken before decimal number, integral part. So this decimal number, we are dividing into 3 parts. Before point is called the integral part. After point is called the decimal part. And this is the decimal point. So first we need to present integral part on the number line. So then we have to see after point. This 3.7 lie between 3 and 4. So take the 3 I can write in the form of 3.0 also, and 4 I can write in the form of 4.0. Then between that 3.1, 3.2 up to 3.9, 39, 40, no? In that form I wrote. Then come to second decimal digit. 10th, 100th place. 100th place is 76. 3.76. This 3.76 lie between 3.7 and 3.8. Now take these two numbers as 3.70 and 3.80. 3.7 as 3.70, 3.8 as 3.80. Now continue. 3.70, 3.71, 3.72, up to 3.80 I mentioned. Now we'll go for the third digit. That is thousandth place. 10, 100, thousandth place I want. So this lies between 3.76 and 3.77. That 3.760, 3.770 I take, right, until you get this number. Anyone have any doubt in the successive magnification of decimal expansion?
No, ma'am.
Am I clear to everyone?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
So when children, when you are doing, please don't see this, do by your own, then cross check the answer from the answer. So now,
Okay, ma'am.
next question, 4.26 bar. What do you mean by 26 bar? Here the 26 is repeating. That's why we mentioned here bar. That already I've explained in the previous class. Visualize 4.26 bar on the number line up to 4 decimal places. 4 decimal places means after point, 4 digits they want. Am I clear? That is nothing but as 4.26 bar means 4. Children, who is this drawing all these things on the paper? Children, if you are not interested, you can leave the meeting. Don't disturb others. Here, only have to answer when I ask the question. Other than that, please mute your video and audio both. Okay. This again, it is before point is the integral part. After point is the decimal part. So first that point mark integral part on the number line. So I'll just draw the integer line. So here, right side of 0 is positive number. Left side of number values are negative integers. So here I want before point is 4. So I'm taking 4 here. Now I'm taking 4.2. First integral decimal part. Decimal part is a 10th place. I'm taking 4.2. This 4.2 lies between 4 and 5. Between 4.0 and 5.0. Am I clear, children? So that next step I'm taking that 4 as 4.0, 5 as 5.0. Then 4.0, 4.1, 4.2, 4.3, 4.4, like up to 5.0 I just marked. Now I'm going to the 100th place. 100th place is 6 is there. 4.26 I want. When we need 4.26, so that 4.26 lies between 4.2 and 4.3. Am I clear, children? Any doubt in this step?
No, ma'am.
Next, take that 4.2 as 4.20, 4.3 as 4.30. Between that, I'm getting 9 decimal number. That is 4.21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 4.28, 4.29, 4.30. I got 4.26 here. Next, I'll move on to the next 1000th place. I want 4.262. This 4.262 lies between 4.26 and 4.27. Next step, I'm taking 4.260 to 4.270. Between that, 4.261, 262, 263, 4.264, 4.265 till 4.270. Now they come to the last 10th, 100, 1000, 10,000th place. I want 4.2626. That lies between 4.262 and 4.263. So I'm writing 4.2620, 4.2630. Between that, we are getting the point, this point for the decimal expansion which we required. So this is a space problem. Writing 4.2620, 4.261, 4.2622, 4.2623, 4.2624, 2625, 26, 26. So we got number which we required up to 4 decimal places. This is our final answer. Children, observe the number line. So just see this and tell me if you have any doubt in this.
Ma'am, one doubt.
Yes, dear.
Ma'am, if the recurring digit is more than 4 decimal places,
No, in this case, for 4 marks, here this is non-terminating and recurring. That's why we are mentioning how many digits you have to represent on the number line. Am I clear here? Successive magnification, we used to mention in the question. See the question, visualize 4.26 bar on the number line up to 4 decimal places. This is non-stop. This 2626 is keep on repeating. So we can't represent all the numbers on the page, right? Am I clear?
yes, ma'am.
That's why up to 1 point we used to give in the question. Am I clear your doubt?
Yes, ma'am.
Am I clear, children?
Yes, ma'am.
We used to mention till how many decimal places. So based on that, you need to take and you need to represent on the number line. Am I clear here? Any doubt, children? James, video and audio, please mute and see James. Anyone have any doubt, children?
No, ma'am.
Shall we move on to the next one? Shall we move on to the next part?
Yes, ma'am.
This question usually will ask for 3 or 4 marks. If it is after decimal point 3 digit, this question is for 3 marks. If after decimal point 4 digit, this question we usually will ask for 4 marks. Very, very easy to understand, easy to represent on the number line. Most easiest question to answer. Am I clear, children? Anyone have any doubt in these two sums?
No,
Okay.
ma'am.
Okay. Now, this is exercise 1.4. Last class I finished 1.3. Exercise 1.4. There are only 2 sums based on successive magnification. These are the only 2 sums they've given. So for the homework, same type, I give extra 2 questions that we'll discuss later. That you do at home. After understanding this, do the homework. Am I clear to you? After understanding this number line, then do the homework by your own. So next we'll go for operations on real number. So you all know that operations means there are 4 mathematical operations are there. That is, which are the 4 mathematical operations? Anyone?
Addition,
Addition,
subtraction.
subtraction, division, multiplication.
Very good. The 4 mathematical operations, the mathematical operations are addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. We'll see in real numbers what are the rules we need to follow. Am I clear, children? Operations on real number. Real number means it is a collection of rational and irrational. So in these rules, I am just collecting rational and irrational. Some rules we just follow. Children, before using this, so just we'll recall the identities which we have learned in our previous class. Which are the identities you have learned in your previous class? A plus B into A minus B is equals to A square minus B square. Already we explained how we are getting this A square minus B square also. It is a product of binomial by binomial. So we are getting A square minus B square. So another thing, so A plus B into A minus, sorry, A plus B into A plus B, that is A plus B whole square is equals to A square plus B square plus 2AB. Same thing, A minus B whole square is equals to A square plus B square minus 2AB. And one more you have learned, x plus A into x plus, sorry, that is
Ma'am, A
x
plus B
square
into A minus B.
plus AX plus BX plus AB. Or you can take x common, you can write. These
Ma'am,
are
there's
the
one more.
4 identities we have learnt in our grade 8th. Am I clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, we are going to learn these four in our next class. Now, this one I need to apply this operations on real numbers. Am I clear, children? Okay. Next, I'll show the rules. So, just rules are not there in the textbook. So, just to explain, I just got it from some other book. When the addition or subtraction operation is done on a rational number and irrational number. So if I take rational number and irrational number, addition and subtraction is done, what will be the result? The result is always an irrational number. I'll repeat once again. Addition or subtraction is done between rational and irrational, then the result you'll be getting irrational. Am I clear with the first rule? Addition means plus, subtraction means minus. When these two operation includes 2 is rational, root 2 is irrational, then the result what we are getting is 2 plus root 2 and root 5 minus 3. It is always irrational. Am I clear, children? This is the first rule. When the addition or subtraction operation is done on a rational and an irrational number, the result is always an irrational number. Next, come to second one. Now I finished with the addition subtraction. Now I'll go to multiplication division. When multiplication or division is done, multiplication means 2, division means quotient symbol. When these two is done with the result is always irrational. So one thing you understood from the first and second rule, when we did addition, subtraction, multiplication and division, if you take both rational and irrational, the result is always irrational number. Am I clear to everyone? If you take together both different, one number is rational, the other number is irrational. If you take, the result always will get irrational in all these four operations. Am I clear with these points, these 2 points, children? Okay. If no answer means nothing, there's no doubt in this. If we get any doubt, please ask, okay? Next, the third point. When 2 irrational numbers, here I've taken one rational number, another one irrational number. Now I'm taking both are irrational number, addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. What a type of answers will get. So if I take 2 irrational number additional take, so answer will be always irrational. If you take root 11, root 7, you can't take root 4 here. Root 4 is rational. Root 9, perfect squares are always rational. That's why I take root 5 or root 2. This is sum of those two will be irrational. Sum of 2 irrational number is irrational. The same thing, difference of 2 irrational number is also irrational. Multiplication. Multiplication, if I take same number, same number I take, root 5 to root 5 take, that's root 5 whole square. Already explained in the previous class. The meaning of root 5 is power half. Half into 2 will get cancelled 5. Or one more example I'll show children. Multiplication. I'll take root 2 into root 8. This I can write the root 16. Root 16 is a rational number. So what have you understood from this one? So addition, subtraction, if I add or subtract any two irrational number, always I'll get irrational number. But multiplication and division, sometimes we may get rational, sometimes we'll get irrational. It is not always irrational and it is not always rational. Am I clear, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Am I clear?
Yes, ma'am.
See, in the place of 5 I taken, here I'll take 25. No, here I'll take, yeah. Root 5 to root 5 if I multiply, this become root 25. Root 25, 25 is a perfect square. will get 5. Am I clear, children? I'll explain this in detail with the another set of rules. So from this third point, what have you understood? So if we add or subtract two irrational numbers, always will get irrational. Or when we divide and multiply two irrational numbers, always it not be irrational. Sometimes it is rational, sometimes it is irrational. It may or may not be rational. Am I clear, children? Am I clear with these 3 points?
Yes, ma'am.
Next, as I explained, now I'll take few irrational numbers. Now let us take A and B are positive real numbers. I'm just telling A and B are positive real numbers. If root AB is equals to, I can split root AB as root A into root B. For example, I'll take root 15. Root 15 I can split as 3 into 5. Am I clear? So this one I can write in the form of root 3 into root 5. Am I clear this with example, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Am I clear with this example?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Root AB. AB is the product of any two positive real numbers. That is the thing what I have taken 15. 15 is a product of two prime numbers, 3 5s are. So I can split that as root 3 into root 5 separately. This is the example for the first one. Am I clear here? Second one, same thing. Root A by B. If I take root A by B as root 7 by 4, 7 by 14, I can take this as root 7 by root 14. Am I clear, children? I can only in multiplication and division, we can split the root like this, but not in addition and subtraction. Am I clear, children? So some children, what they'll do, if I take root 3 plus 9, they will take root 3 plus root 9. So this is wrong. The method, only this method we can use only for multiplication and division, not for addition and subtraction. Am I clear here? Am I clear, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am,
Huh.
ma'am, can we simplify that root 7 and root 14 afterwards?
Yeah, afterwards we can simplify that and explain the exercise 1.5. Just now try to understand this rules, how I'm taking, what I'm doing it here. Product means we can split the root. Division means we can split the root. Only the splitting method you understand. Am I clear? Solving I'll explain later. Am I clear here? Yeah,
Yes,
this
ma'am.
we can further if you take root
Yes,
7
ma'am.
write down. This I can write in the form of 2 7s are. So root 7 by root 2 into root 7. So these two will get cancelled. Answer is 1 by root 2. This I'll explain later. In detail we'll learn in exercise 1.5. Am I clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Next question.
Yes.
Root A plus root B and root A minus root B. So here A plus B, A minus B. So root A, this is in the form of A plus B into A minus B. So what is identity we have learned in a previous class? A plus B into A minus B is A square minus B square. So that is my root A whole square minus root B whole square. This root and 2 will get cancelled because the value of root is half. Half into 2 is 1. A power 1. Same thing, root and 2 will get cancelled. Value is A minus B. Am I clear? Only root A, root B and root B. Only sign is different. When these sign are different, we can apply identity, will get the result A minus B. Am I clear, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Next one, A plus root B, A minus root B. Here I have taken root A plus root B. Here I am taking A plus root B. Root A, root A. But here root B and root B. Here also root B and root B. Let's see what is the result. So same thing I'll apply. A plus B into A minus B identity. A into A square minus root B whole square is A square minus B. Here root B whole square means this root and 2 will get cancelled. Because the value of root is half. Half into 2 will get cancelled. Only b will remain. Am I clear here, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Now I'll take this irrational number a plus b whole square form. Root a plus root b whole square. Already we have learned a plus b whole square formula. A square plus b square plus 2ab. Now I'll apply root a whole square plus root b whole square plus 2 into root a into root b. So root a whole square is a square. It is a. A plus b plus root a whole square is this root and 2 will get cancelled. A and root b whole square is root and 2 will get cancelled. B and root a into root b I can join and again right now this one. Root a into root b is root ab. So a plus b plus 2 root ab. Am I clear, children? Now I'll take all 4 different irrational number. Root a plus root b into root c plus root d. This is multiplication of binomial by binomial. From this root a, I'll multiply root c. So root a into root c. So I hope you all know about multiplication of irrational number. From root a, I'll multiply root c plus root d. Then from root b, I multiplied root c plus root d. Multiplication of binomial by binomial. If I multiply root a and root c, that is root ac. Same thing from root a, if I multiply root d, root ad. Then root b into root c is root bc. Root b into root d is root bd. Am I clear, children? Here, no common thing here. Just leave it as it is. Anyone have doubt with the operations on real numbers?
No, ma'am.
So from this rule we have learned addition, subtraction, multiplication and division is done if rational, irrational together if it is joined, that's always irrational. But multiplication, division, addition, subtraction if you do, then addition, subtraction of irrational number if you do, that's always irrational. Multiplication if you do, if you take both irrational, that may be rational or may not be rational. And these are the type of, if I take a and b as two positive real numbers, these are the application we are using in exercise 1.5. Children, do anyone have any doubt till here?
No, ma'am.
Now, by using
No, ma'am.
this rule of operation of real numbers, we are going to start exercise 1.5. So before starting 1.5, I'll just explain. So 1.5 I'll explain next class. Homework you see, children. Visualize the representation of 4.35
Ma'am, it's
35 bar. Yes,
Ma'am, full blur.
4.35 bar. That means 4.3555 up to 4 decimal. You have to take 4.3555. This you need to represent on the number line. Another one 6.375 on the number line. Based on rules of real numbers, we'll do exercise 1.5 in the next class. Do anyone have any doubt in today's class, children?
No, ma'am.
Any doubt
No,
in today's
ma'am.